Guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Not only are we in a month whereby we're celebrating women, we're also in a month whereby we are raising awareness about breastfeeding, and hence I thought today I actually thought that I'm going to share my experiences based on breastfeeding and a bit of some knowledge, or advice that was actually passed on to me, and some of the knowledge that I actually encountered as part of my motherhood journey, and so yeah. Anyways, guys, to be quite honest, the whole idea of breastfeeding wasn't such a pleasant experience for me at some point. I actually didn't like it, but it had to be done, for the sake of my baby, because now remember, breastfeeding or breast milk has like quite a lot of benefits. From it, you get like antibodies which help your baby to like fight any form of viruses or diseases at some point, and hence, remember when the whole coronavirus thing started, I remember there was like something which was posted on the department website, whereby they were like, you don't have to worry, like your baby won't be exposed to coronavirus. There's like a low chance of your baby being exposed to coronavirus if he or she's breastfeeding, and I think those are one of the health benefits. And so in my case, I actually had to stop breastfeeding when my baby was like 4 months, because now what happened in my case was that I didn't like have to completely stop, but I actually had to start blending, using 2 alternatives, breast milk and formula milk as well, because now I had like a low milk supply, and it was extremely bad. Because now I remember I stayed for like 4 days thinking that maybe it was going to get better, until I was actually advised to get a breast milk formula which is close to like milk formula which is close to like your breast milk, and so that was the case. When I first was exposed to the whole idea of breastfeeding, I actually thought that it was going to be easy. I thought that maybe immediately after giving birth, milk will be activated, I won't have any problems. Although a lot of people had like myths, I remember getting those myths whereby they'll be like, if you've got breasts like this and this, then you have a low milk supply, because normally behind those myths there'll be like people with small breasts have a high milk supply compared to people with a bit of bigger breast. Well, it's just myths, guys. That doesn't mean that you're gonna have a low or insufficient milk supply if your breasts look anyhow, It's just myths, and remember, what you believe sometimes attracts you in a way. So yeah. Anyways, I remember I had just like given birth, and then they brought back my baby, and what happened was that, as I said, I thought that maybe milk was going to be activated immediately or whatsoever, but that wasn't the case. I actually struggled to get like milk for like 3 days, and hence I had to go to such an extent, such as drinking a stone on a daily basis. I think I had 1 liter on a daily basis, just so that I can like increase my milk supply and that milk can start coming out. I actually had to like let my baby latch, baby tongue chippies, whereby your baby, no milk is coming out, your baby is just there. I can't say chewing because then they don't have teeth or whatsoever, but I don't know how to explain it, but my baby would latch, like they call it a bubblegum system, it would just latch, just so that she can activate the whole procedure of milk activation to come out, And so I hope I'm making sense. And so that was the case for 3 days. I took stone. Well, some people advised me that I should eat more porridge, but at that time I was in hospital. Well, we'd actually eat porridge every morning, which wasn't really it was my favorite at the time. I can't remember, but yeah. And I was also advised to buy nuts and all those things and eat them, but then that I never did. It was just like a lot of suggestions. And remember, as I said, sometimes what works for pill won't work for lirato. Our bodies are different and they react differently towards different things. And I think after 3 days, that's when my milk started coming out properly, because then I just had like insufficient milk. And remember, when you have insufficient milk, what happens is that your baby's sugar level decreases, and each time they decrease, your baby is most likely to like get exposed or to get a disease like jaundice, whereby your baby's skin will like turn yellowish and all that, And so luckily in 3 days time, her sugar level started increasing, And most of the times when you're in hospital and your baby's sugar level is decreasing, you are not going to rest, because every single time the nurses are going to come into the room just to make sure that you breastfeed your baby. So basically throughout the night, most of the times you can't sleep, because now the baby is important. The baby's health is more important than yours at some point. And so they'll wake you up almost every hour or 2 hours just so you breastfeed your baby, And in my case, well, I had like BP, but at the same time, I remember there was a time whereby they were like, I'm not gonna, like, if the baby's sugar level is low, then I can't come out of hospital. I'm not allowed to be discharged. They can't discharge me. But luckily, she got better. Although I was still in that high BP state, which actually made me to stay in hospital for the longest time at some point. But yeah, that was actually the case. And I remember getting one of the advices from the nurse, whereby she was like, because now my nipples were swollen, and she was like, we need to normalize, if ever you like planning to have a family and all that, and it happens that you have swollen nipples, it's important that as part of your foreplay, your partner needs to like suck your nipples, because now that would be much easier for your baby to like feed, to get milk, and to suck your nipples so that he or she can get milk. Sucking feels wrong, but I don't actually know the other word, what other word to use, And so I hope this is working. Okay, it is. Anyways, I think that was the case. So I used to breastfeed from the first month, second month, third month, and when it was like the second month, when my baby was like 2 months, what happened was that I started like I felt like I wasn't resting enough, so I switched to the whole idea of expressing, because then if I started expressing, then it would be much easier for like my family to assist me, as well as my partner to assist me, because then we'll like have like we'd get to like have a timetable, or maybe times whereby we'd be like, okay, at night today Banban will help me, the following night Banban will help me, just so I could also like get some rest, because when you don't get enough rest, your milk supply gets low, it also decreases. Now that's the thing. So I think I switched to expressing, and it was a bit better, because then I'd be able to like sleep sometimes throughout the night while someone else helps me out in the house, obviously. But then if you want to do that, you obviously have to get people that you trust with your baby, you know. Yeah, as we know, weird things have been happening in this country, so you can't really trust anyone with your baby. And so yeah, that was the case. Things started getting better, you know. I started getting more rest, you know. My skin started changing at some point, you know. I started getting a bit of my glow back, because now I was sleeping. My eye bags were getting like we're getting eliminated on a daily basis at some point. And so yeah, but then somewhere around 4 months, actually, as I had like continued expressing breast milk, obviously, and storing the breast milk in containers as well as plastic, because now what happens is that you need to store, if you're going to express, you need to store your breast milk, the breast milk, in a clean container. You can store it in a fridge, in a refrigerator, and it stays up to 24, is it, I think they say it's 24 hours. I'm not sure about the exact times, guys, but some of the things you actually need to confirm with Google or your doctor or whatsoever. I think it was 24 hours. And then your thingy, you can also like store milk, your breast milk, in those breast milk freezer bags for like 12 months, you know. Yeah, that's if maybe you're a working mom, or you have to go somewhere, or you know, for just future purposes, in case you are not there or whatsoever. And yeah, that's the case. So I started doing that as an alternative, because at times I had errands to run as well, you know. And if ever that was the case, then I had to leave a bit of the milk, you know, make sure that there's enough milk in the fridge or refrigerator, so that my baby won't go hungry if I'm not around, you know. And so that was the case. But around 4 months time, luckily I was expressing, I started seeing that my milk supply is getting low, you know. And then I tried drinking stone or eating nuts and all the other things, but they were just not working. And hence I had to like get to buy formula milk. Formula milk, which I now blend, you know. The days whereby I'd express and get enough breast milk. Sometimes I don't, you know. So yeah, I actually blend. I actually have to blend, you know. But what I'm most currently using the breast milk for, since like it's slow, is for like cleaning my baby's nose, you know, because most of the times we're advised to use things such as baby oil and all that, and apparently they cause sinuses and all the respiratory some of the respiratory issues, you know, health issues sometimes, you know. So hence there was a friend of mine who advised me to start cleaning my baby's, when like I'm attempting to clean my baby's nose with clean my baby's nose up, then I'll have to like pour a bit of breast milk, and then use what's those things, earbuds, just so I could remove the mucus that is inside and all that. You can also use it for the ears, maybe when your baby has like infections. Well, I saw that on Google, I'm not sure, but you guys can try it out, you know. So as you can see, breast milk has like a lot of health benefits, you know. And it is important that as mothers, not unless you are disadvantaged, you don't have any milk at all, or because it's also possible, or if maybe for some reasons you can't breastfeed your baby, but then if you can, then please make it a point that you breastfeed, because it's actually important for your baby's well-being, you know. And as I said, in my case, as I said, I had to stop at 4 months, not stop, but start mixing, you know, at 4 months, because now my milk supply was low, and I wasn't going to be able to see that if I wasn't expressing, because I'm sure some of you guys have had that experience whereby you thought maybe all along your baby is getting sufficient food, but they are not, you know, because now you'd only see a certain amount of milk coming out, and then you think that maybe that's good, only to find out that each time they like latching, they not there's no milk that is being released, you know. And I think in my condition that was the case. So sometimes expressing as an alternative is also important, just so you can measure how much your baby eats and if maybe your baby has enough milk and all that, you know. And I'd also suggest that you Google, you know, you Google some of this stuff. But at some point, I also believe in mother's tales and all that, you know. People who've had experience, you can also like inquire from them, you know, get information from them. Because I remember there was a time whereby I felt like, except for this whole stone thingy, there was hope that I could still get, I could like increase my milk supply. And for some reasons, I didn't want to like use tablets and all those things, you know, the artificial stuff, you know. I didn't want to use those things. And so, but then unfortunately I couldn't get more information from people. But I suggest that if you are privileged, you know, you should also get your elders to assist you at some point. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in, and happy Women's Month, because now it was Women's Day yesterday. And so, yeah, happy Women's Month, guys. Yeah, that's it for today, guys. Oh, I actually wanted to show you something. These are the plastics. What's it called? Breast milk. Ultimate protection for your breast milk. They look like this. You know, you store milk here. You write the date. I think the time, so that you know if maybe your milk is in good condition or not. You know, this is an Avant brand. And then, yeah, guys, this is what I wanted to show you. You can buy this at Clicks or Discount, yeah, or Check. I'm not sure if Checkers has, but I only know of the two. But I was going to show you guys my breast pump, but then it's okay. I took out the bottle or whatsoever. But honestly speaking, I prefer expressing milk there rather than using a breast pump. I feel like a breast pump is slow, you know, especially when you're using an electronic one. It's because this one is an electronic one, so it's a bit slow. Well, it's not, there are just a few missing pieces, but okay, yeah. Anyways, you guys just can like see what I'm talking about. For me, it's a bit slow, you know. It's better if you get the manual one, because now it's almost close to expressing, you know. When you express, like, I don't know, I honestly feel like breast thingy, a pumper, an electronic pump, is a bit slow. Or maybe it's this one, I don't know. But okay, yeah, guys, when you're doing family planning or whatsoever, remember it's important that your baby sucks those nipples. If you have solo nipples, so that your baby can have can get to like latch easier, you know. And well, that's it for today, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Bye till next time.